was our first morning in Chongqing. Cold, a little grey. I've been living in Vietnam for the past year and a half, so real winter hasn't really been part of my life lately, and I didn't expect to miss it, but the cold felt good. This red building is the art museum in Chongqing. It's quite famous and guidebooks recommend visiting it. And then we ended up at Jiefangbei Square. Not sure about the pronunciation. This is basically the center of Chongqing. It was loud, like properly loud. After the square, we walked around the Jiefangbei area a bit more. There is a big shopping complex there and a lot of souvenir stores around it. We went inside one of those local specialty supermarkets. The kind with snacks, souvenirs, postcards, random gifts. I always check these places just to see what people actually buy here, and of course, abundance everywhere. We didn't spend too much time there, just walked around, looked at a few things and moved on. By the evening, we were still around Jiefangbei. It gets even brighter at night. There are screens everywhere, luxury brands, restaurants, random ads. It's very busy and very central. We didn't really have a plan, just walking, stopping here and there. And then we reached this temple area, right in the middle of all the skyscrapers. It looked a bit unreal, traditional roofs, warm lights and glass tower behind it. And that's when it suddenly got really cold. The air felt damp, almost misty. I remember feeling properly cold for the first time that day. From there we walked toward Hongya Cave. This is probably the most famous spot in Chongqing. You see it everywhere when you search for the city. It's right by the river with all these traditional style buildings lit up at night. And yes, it was very crowded. It was a weekend, so there were a lot of people, tourists, locals, everyone taking photos, and of course a lot of vendors trying to sell things. It definitely feels like a main attraction, very busy, very loud and very bright. But I get why it's popular. It does look impressive. It's actually multi-level, and once you get it, it feels like a maze. Narrow streets, little food spots, souvenir shops, a random corner with views over the river. It's very touristy, but still kind of fun. A lot of small local snacks, bright signs, people selling random things. I bought this glowing flower balloon, completely unnecessary, but I wanted it. And then there was some kind of rock band competition happening. Well, Chongqing at night it just felt very alive, loud, bright, slightly overwhelming. We were heading to Testbed 2, also known as Ailing Second Factory. It used to be an old factory and now it's turned into the creative space with cafes, small shops and art installations. It's actually one of the most popular spots in Chongqing for photos, very Instagram friendly. You can still see the industrial vibe. Brick buildings, concrete, all structures, but now it's all creative studios and cute cafes. It felt very different from the city center. After test bed 2, we just kept walking around this area. Bright malls, neon everywhere, huge screens on buildings. We went into mini store, then into some random shopping malls, just to see what it looks like inside. After that, we went into a nearby shopping mall. It's a huge multi-level space with lots of greenery, open staircases and terraces. You can keep going up floor by floor and eventually reach the rooftop area. It didn't really feel like a typical mall. More like a mix of shops, cafes and open space to walk around. And I was especially excited when I saw this Coca-Cola themed store. It was full of merch, decorations and everything in that classic red style. Honestly, I could have spent way too much time there just looking around, but we didn't have this time. The next morning we went to one of the most famous spots in Chongqing. You exit the metro, go up a short staircase, walk across what looks like a normal square, and then suddenly realized you are actually on something like the 20th floor. That's one of the things that makes Chongqing feel so unusual. Ground levels doesn't really mean anything here. You're constantly going up and down between different layers of the city. Then we went to Liziba metro station. This is a station where the train goes straight through a residential building. The metro runs through the middle floors, while the rest of the building is still apartments. Outside it's always crowded. People wait for the train just to watch it pass through the building. It only lasts a few seconds, but everyone still films it. By the time we got there, it was already getting dark and the city was slowly disappearing into the fog. We decided to take the cable car across the river. It's actually part of public transport here, not just a tourist attraction. People use it every day to get from one side of the city to the other. As we moved over the river, everything looked even more surreal. After crossing the river, we were heading to the Chongqing 1049 show. At first I thought it would take place in the main theater in the city center, but it turned out the immersive theater is actually in a completely different location. So we had to take a taxi and rush across the city, and for a moment it really felt like we might be late, but we made it just in time. The show itself was absolutely amazing. It's an immersive performance with moving stage elements, changing scenery and action happening all around you. Everything felt very dynamic. You're not just watching, it feels like you're inside the story. I didn't expect it to be this impressive, but it ended up being one of my favorite experiences in Chongqing. Chongqing turned out to be a lot more unusual than I expected. It took some time to get used to, but I'm really glad we came. So, thanks for watching, and next we're going to Chengdu.